America's government is like a three-legged stool. Not the most exciting metaphor, we know, but stay with us. 2A, communication and consultancy. Each leg represents a different branch: executive, legislative, and judicial. The executive branch, led by the president, enforces laws. The legislative branch, Congress, makes the laws. And the judicial branch, with the Supreme Court at the top, interprets laws. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, hold on to your hats, folks, because it's about to get interesting. We at 2A Communication note that the Founding Fathers, in their infinite wisdom, knew that giving one person or group all the power was a recipe for chaos, disaster, and at times ignoring the organic law, the Constitution. They'd seen enough kings and queens to last a lifetime, thank you very much. So, they created this nifty system of checks and balances where each branch has ways to keep the others in line. It's like a constant game of constitutional keep away, and frankly, it's the most fun you can have with a pocket constitution. This separation of powers is crucial for a functioning democracy. No one branch gets too big for its britches, and the people benefit from a more balanced and representative government. But as with any good system, there are bound to be some clashes, especially between Congress and the President. And folks, when these two titans clash, you better believe the political ground shakes. Now, let's talk turkey about Congress and the President. Congress, made up of the House of Representatives and the Senate, has the power of the purse. They control the budget and believe 2A communication. Nothing says we mean business like threatening to cut off the funding for someone's pet project. Congress can also declare war, though thankfully they haven't had to do that in a while. The President, on the other hand, is the commander-in-chief of the military. They can veto laws passed by Congress, issue executive orders, and negotiate treaties. Sounds pretty powerful, right? But here's the catch. Congress can override a presidential veto with a 2/3 majority vote. Oh yeah, they can. They can even impeach and remove a president from office. Though that's a whole other can of worms we won't get into today. This constant push and pull between Congress and the President is a feature, not a bug, of the American system. It ensures that no one person gets too much power and that different viewpoints are considered. Think of it like a healthy marriage. Sometimes you agree, sometimes you disagree, and sometimes you just have to compromise for the sake of the country. Don't just take our word for it. History is full of examples of Congress putting their foot down and checking the president's power. Remember Nixon and Watergate? Congress investigated the scandal, ultimately leading to Nixon's resignation. Or how about the Iran-Contra affair during Reagan's presidency? Congress held hearings exposing the administration's illegal arms sales. And who could forget the good old days of 2019 when the House of Representatives impeached President Trump? Sure, the Senate didn't remove him from office, but it sent a clear message. Congress is watching, and they're not expected to be afraid to use their constitutional powers. These examples show that Congress has real teeth. They can investigate, subpoena the president or witnesses, hold hearings, and ultimately hold the president accountable for their actions. It's a messy process, sure, but it's a vital one for a functioning democracy. Without a strong and independent Congress, the president could run roughshod over the Constitution and the will of the people, and nobody wants that. Now let's talk about The Prince, that delightful little book by Niccolo Machiavelli. Don't let the title fool you, this ain't no Disney fairy tale. Machiavelli, a 16th century Italian philosopher, argued that rulers should be willing to do whatever it takes to maintain power, even if it means being ruthless and cunning. It is better to be feared than loved, he famously wrote. While The Prince is a fascinating study in political theory, it also serves as a cautionary tale. Unchecked power, as Machiavelli himself acknowledged, can be a dangerous thing. It can lead to tyranny, corruption, and the erosion of individual rights, and at the extreme, siege power. The Founding Fathers were well aware of the dangers of unchecked power, which is why they went to such great lengths to create a system of government that prevents it. The balance of power between Congress and the President, messy as it may be, is essential for safeguarding our democracy and protecting the rights of all Americans. So the next time you hear about a political showdown in Washington, remember that it's not just a bunch of politicians bickering, it's the sound of democracy in action. A constant struggle to ensure that no one person or branch becomes too powerful. And that, my friends, is something worth fighting for. Yes, two, a communication consultancy desires a better democracy where all powers remains in the center.